progress with exhaust design number 2. It's going alright. It's bloody complicated though, like ridiculously. This is how it looks from underneath. It's bloody complicated. Lots and lots of little bends. That's... oh, Thomas is back with the turbo diesel MR2. Yeah, has to have a slip joint there, otherwise you can't even get any more of the downpipe in. And I hate slip joints, but there's no room for a V-band, so it has to be a slip joint. And then some more complicated bends as it snakes around the, well, between the chassis and the gearbox. And then here is another complicated bit, Gearbox Crossmember. I worked out the bends for this, but if I have any more pipe than this to this bit, I can't get this section apart again, so it needs another joint. My first thought, because there's not much room, was a slip joint, but because the slip joint has to move backwards, there ain't even room for that. But luckily, and it's fucking close, if I put I tried it with one I borrowed off Thomas, if I put a 3-inch V-band about there, I can just about get a V-band and a clamp on it, and then this bit onwards will be another section, and then probably one more section after that. I've ordered the V-bands just because I haven't got any here, so I can't do any more than this today. But yeah, this is the worst bit. After that, it's not too bad, apart from the exhaust is now on technically the wrong side for MX-5. So I've got to work out what room is beyond there, and also work out where or if there's any room for silencers. Because if there's not, and it's going to be loud as fuck regardless, then I might not even recirculate the wastegate back into the downpipe. I might just go route 1 and straight to the floor. Because if it's going to be noisy, it don't matter. But yeah, we will see. But this is probably the most complicated bit. Once it's past this, it should be relatively easy. But yeah, this is why you shouldn't run any lines before you've done your exhaust, because the front to rear brake line, even though I made it a lot more clearance than the standard way, which is across there and up there, still no good. So yeah, don't run lines, do your exhaust first. This is a 1.9 TDI mock-up engine to show the MR2 setup, like I was saying in the last video, showing all the custom engine mounts and stuff that Thomas has got designed and built. Serious stainless steel, so they will always look awesome. And yeah, they are properly designed, properly awesome. That's what the linkage looks like. Makes it super nice using the standard you know, cables and all that. Drive shafts, oil cooler, wall mounts. That's the oil cooler lines he's got on this one. I think as standard these have got, I can't remember, a water setup that's really quite bulky, and this is way better. Fuel filter back there. So yeah, dead compact, super easy, and as you would have seen in the last video, goes really fucking well in a Mark III MR2. And yeah, this is literally a bolt-in kit, so good time. Well, what I really want to do today is, I don't know why I really want to do this, but it's been bugging me, is make the joiner or whatever to fit this to the rest of the exhaust. I've got an idea how to make it. You know, it's not finalized, but I've got a fair idea what I want to do. So I'm going to do a bit of that today, I think. I will show you once I've got all the bits. Right, these are the main components of my plan. Obviously that is the flange side of the tailpipe, which is obviously a funny flange, but as this 4-inch pipe will show, it's, you know, near as damn it 4 inches, which is handy because obviously I want to join those two pieces onto it, the race cat and that little silencer, which are 4-inch. So what do? I could obviously just run a flat plate straight to it and that's that, but while that's probably fine, it kind of looks a bit rubbish. I would like to, you know, make a smoother transition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw around that on here and then cut out, you know, a flange, and then to make the transition from that to a 4-inch round, I reckon I'm going to get some more 4-inch pipe, cut it in half so it's 2 semicircles, and bring it in to a triangle to just 1 4-inch pipe. So, you know, like so. However, not entirely sure, you know, lengths and this, that, the other, because I don't want it to be too long, because that room can be, you know, will be taking up valuable, you know, exhaust and whatever space, but it can't be too directly in, otherwise I might as well just have a flat plate. The reason I don't really like a flat plate is it just would look a bit rubbish if you were looking through the tailpipe, just for it to be like that. I know it don't matter, and I know most OEM stuff's like that, but I like things to be, you know, proper. So yeah, that is my plan. So I better get tracing and cutting. This is some thick old sheet of stainless steel which I've owned for ages for reasons that I can never remember, for a project long ago, long ago. Can't remember which. Might have been that Renault 5 Turbo I owned, I can't remember. There's a reason I own a big stainless steel sheet, but fuck knows. But it's ideal to make some flanges from. Well, that's a stainless plate that will do as the flange. Easy enough. And obviously cut that out. It'll have a load of bolts drilled through, you know, holes, and then the bolts going through, and that should be plenty for that. Now, yeah, I reckon I'm going to cut this in half and then work it out from there what hell I'm going to do. But with this in half, it would sit quite nicely either end, and I'll probably need some straight, which, well, that's what the stainless is for, and sort of bring it in something like that. How far in, I'll have to go and measure, but first things first, let's cut this down the middle. Right, this is roughly what the transition pipe's going to look like, and yeah, I was pretty happy with that. 4-inch to that. Obviously it will be trimmed to be flat, to be welded to that when it's done, but the general shape and size of it is like that. So what I'm going to do now is spot weld it so it stays like that roughly, and we go from there. A few spot welds later, and that's where we are. And yeah, pretty happy with that. Be something along the lines of that. Now I need to trim off the angle at the bottom end so it sits flush, which It's not difficult. It's easy to fuck up though. But yeah, let's do some working out and I will do some chopping. That's next step complete. Hole cut out to match that. Something along the lines of that. Now I need to maybe tack weld that onto that, and then I can work out the rest. But so far so good. Yeah, it's actually bang on, really good. This is working out quite well. So yeah, drill a million holes in that, bolt it through to that. Happy days. Should be, considering there's what, 1, 2, 3, 6, there's about 15 bolts going through it. So while this is not the thickest as flanges go, for this it's not really a flange, it's kind of just like where it's going to be bolted together. It probably will never come undone. I think I'll put a V-band at that end, and this is just a way of basically getting this Inconel section joined to the stainless section, because I'm not sure, but I would guess Inconel is maybe a bit of a bugger to weld, and I never know if I want to change it. So this is, you know, removable. I'm never going to do it. I will probably add some like high temp sealant around this as well, and bolt it all together, and then it can stay there until any time when it needs removing. And that end will have the V-band, but yeah, we'll see. That's how the plate is on that, and it's pretty much a bang on match, so ideal. Now I just got to figure out this next bit. A bit more cutting and a few spot welds later, and we're here. So now it's like that, which is spot on. Now I just got I need to make some triangles to fill the holes and drill some holes so it can bolt through, and then it's, well, obviously add a V-band and weld it all. But the gist of it is sorted. Pretty chuffed with that. Let's keep going. Just cut some triangles out. To be honest, I'm doing all this like freehand, so yeah, it's not exactly like these people who are fucking scanning shit and CNCing shit and all this fucking fancy rich cunt stuff like you see on loads of YouTube stuff. This is like for real, for no money. I am literally kneeling on the floor with a shit tape measure, some old metal and an angle grinder and my eyes, and just doing it like that. And it, yeah, bang on. Happy with that. Obviously it's only spot welded. Now I guess I need to drill the holes and yeah, get things more matched up. That is roughly how it is. So we got transitioning from a 4-inch round to a 4-inch by a lot oval, and then it necks down there to that, which is I think 2-inch by 8-inch, I think it is. So yeah, nice steady transition. Now I need to drill 15 fucking holes for the 15 bolts, and I hate drilling stainless because it's hard, so it takes a while, especially when all your drill bits are shit. So yeah, that is my unfortunate next job. Way too much time later, I finally drilled all 15 holes. Drilling holes in stainless sucks ass. It's just, it's hard and it's a pain, but it's done, so hey. So now these two pieces should be boltable together, and there it is, bolted up. Only 4 bolts I just nicked out the toolbox. I'm going to buy some new bolts for that, because while I normally just scrabble through my big box of nuts and bolts to get them, there's 15 of those fuckers and I cannot be bothered. So at the moment it's just got 4 random ones in at the right size. You know, all I need to do is mock it up, and from here I can offer it up and all that, and I'll buy some new ones tomorrow to get all 15 in. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. That is a proper exit for an exhaust. Like a NASCAR boom tube, but made out of a Tornado fighter jet exhaust, and some DIY shit. So yeah, there isn't much in the way of built not bought these days, but it's definitely what I do. I just quickly bolted it in place just to have a look roughly what it's going to look like. This isn't like likely the final position, maybe further in a little bit, but I've literally just bolted it up the easiest way I could just to see what clearance I would have. So yeah, this is how it is at the moment. Look, you can see it points upwards because this is going down. It's likely to be more like that once done, but as you can see, it's going to be miles off the ground. My main thing is being able to fit that, which is the 100 cell bullet race cat, which I want purely because, like I've told you before, this is kind of my low rent World Rally car wannabe, and yeah, so it needs, just like the World Rally cars and stuff, a cat as the part of the back of the exhaust. So really there, which luckily it's a teeny one, so it's going to be, and while there's tons of room either side, because obviously standard MX-5 exhausts go like a big silencer under here, it goes that way and then back round and blah blah blah. I don't really want to do that, so I'd like that as straight as possible on the end of that. So ideally bang on the back of it, because obviously this is going to be tilted down maybe up to 45 degrees, I'm not sure, because obviously with a bumper here it's all a bit guesswork, which would give more clearance. I might, because obviously at the moment, and as always planned, this it was center exit, but because of where the exhaust comes out on these, oh, you can't really see because it's dark and I brought the torch. Basically it comes out either side of underneath the diff, so the middle, the rear diff's in the way. So, you know, the pipe would have to be like 45 degrees and 45 degrees back. So I might just not run it as a side exit, run it, well, center exit I mean, run it in a normal, more conventional place, so it's a straight shot exhaust, you know, bang 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 without any bends. So, and that would give me more clearance as well, so I probably will do that. I'll probably move this to over to in line with the exhaust hole, so it's straight out with that there, and then on that will be 4" to 3", and then the rest of the exhaust will be 3" because, well, it don't need any bigger, and there's not much room for bigger. Even if you wanted to, it's a fucking MX-5, but I don't need bigger anyway. So yeah, all, you know, pretty much going to plan, I would say. The only thing I'm not so sure about is I don't think this car is ever going to be quiet enough to get on track, because I don't know what silencers you can fit under the car, but I can imagine it's only one and not particularly big, and that ain't going to be enough. So it's going to be noisy. fuck it, I don't care. The only times I'd like to go on track is like big events just for fun, like the public track at, you know, the public track sessions at like tracks at Silverstone or whatever, just because there's millions of people watching, so you can just go and be a dick. Normal track days bore the fuck out of me, so I'm never fussed about them. But, you know, and for drift days, noise regs aren't as strict, so the fact that this is a bit too loud for normal track shouldn't be a problem for drift days. But yeah, I've made good progress. Pretty happy with that. Obviously it's all loading mock-ups at the moment, but it's going the right fucking direction, that's for sure. So yeah, I think it's more likely to be that, but like there. So start in there and end in there, which will look just as good, if not better. And obviously this will be in a bit more. This is all just mocked up, but this will be in probably another inch. It's only a bit of the tailpipe that's gonna stick out. Don't like big fucking tailpipes sticking out a mile, just looks weird. Various bits have arrived in the last few days. I'll show you in no particular order. Some 3-inch V-bands, mostly for the exhaust for this. I bought 3 of them because I reckon I'm going to need at least 2, maybe 3, so, and I always need them, so bought 3 of them. These are little metal joiner bung type things, which I'm going to use for the inlet and outlet pipes for the anti-lag valves. Got like 5 of them, 6 of them, I can't remember. They just need welding to both the inlet manifold and a pipe pre-throttle so the bypass can work. These are 3 to 4 inch stainless cones. One of them is for this because obviously it's a 3-inch system with the rear part being a 4. The other one is for the Corolla because I've got room for a 4-inch downpipe, but after that it has to go back to 3. So this will be for the end of that. And last, but by no means least, I bought another one of the Tornado tailpipe awesomeness things. This was on eBay. Somebody on my Instagram mentioned it was on eBay, so I bought it. It was like 60 quid. And yeah, they are fucking mega. That is all Inconel fanciness. I've no plans for that yet, but it's one of those things that don't come along very often, so you get it while you can, because it is a serious bit of kit. All this XREF stuff comes with like the paperwork. The last ones I chucked away. I didn't, you know, pay any attention to them, but this one obviously I've decided to look at, and obviously it even says what aeroplane it's from. It's a Tornado F3, which I knew that, but it's from ZE831, and if you Google ZE831 you find loads of pictures of the actual aeroplane this is off all over the internet, because, well, people take photos of planes, and especially stuff like tornadoes, so over the years loads of people have taken photos and put it all over the internet, and obviously just like train spotters or truck spotters or whatever, they make a note of the registration. So yeah, ZE831 was what this one was from. It was removed because the heat shielding on this side has been torn and missing, which obviously don't matter to me, but you can have that in an aeroplane. So yeah, this is technically an unserviceable part because that bit of shit's missing, you know, the bit of heat shield's missing. But for me, it's 60 quid of awesome. And I don't know what time it is, but it's probably quite late, so I might just go home. Like I said, I'm not very well, so me doing this now is a bit of a stupid idea. I feel like shit, but I just want to get shit done. And getting on with this helps me ignore the fact I feel like fucking shit as well. So, yeah. Alright, cool. Hope you liked it. And I will see you, I don't know, a few days when I do some more. See you later.